All right, staying today at the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, we thought we would share with you how do we afford to trade and travel, like what things we do to make money. I'll share my things, you probably know already because you watch the channel here, but Michael will share how he's making money traveling and trading. A bit different from my stuff, so we'll kind of go right in. But tell me, what's the basis for your trading? Like, what's the thing that makes you the most money while you travel?
I think the thing that makes me the most money, or really, let me say, the most consistent making money, and that's a big difference. We're not calling for the home run here. Consistency is so important. And quite honestly, when you're traveling, there's other things going on, reservations, scheduling, dinners, and stuff like that. So you want to keep it consistent and not necessarily the home run, but just, every day, just kind of chip away. It should be a part of your traveling life, not consume your traveling life.
You do this with options, right? Is that your main thing or is it something different?
I'll cover the whole gamut. Traveling, trading, the beautiful thing is you can be flexible. Options are great. I think that's the number one thing you can use because you don't have to follow them every 10 minutes. But I'll trade futures, some stock, equity, Forex, perfect. The cool thing about the future side of it, you can get a little more meat off the bone. And since it's 24 hours, it can accommodate your lifestyle as opposed to you waiting to accommodate the opening, closing bell.
Nice. For me, it's very similar. So I do daily chart trading. I move everything to daily charts and weekly charts last year. So now it's just a matter of like sometimes I hold trades for weeks or months after trades after like maybe last year. Even in December, they're still running now. So because they're trending really well. So I mean that's a good thing because there's that cash flow coming in. First of all, I get some dividend, which is not a lot of. It's not like a huge amount for sure, but it kind of adds to the whole kind of holding trades. And if they're in the trend for a long time, I can close them after a few months, get a pretty good, decent ROI on it. And I mean, that's kind of what I do these days. So
yeah, I mean, how cool. How are we doing? 2 minutes into this video, think about how different we trade.
Right.
I'm just thinking about it now, and we're kind of going off script here. I was like, how different we trade, but we both can accommodate a traveling trader lifestyle. That's what I love about this business.
You're a lot more like small and consistent. I'm more still like pretty small, but like long-term profits. And that's kind of maybe like riding trends better too.
Yeah, hit and run. But again, and I'll have open positions too. So it's that combination. But I do like to have that quick little hit and run, or maybe at the restaurant, you put your target order on push notification, and then you're literally having your dinner here, in your pocket. You go, okay, paid for dinner.
Yeah, people are gonna want to ask for sure in the comment section. We get this question a lot: is how much money do you need in your account to be able to afford trading and traveling? Again, it depends on your lifestyle. Like Ritz-Carlton will not be the same as like staying in a hostel or like a 2-star hotel or something.
Yeah.
But how much money would you think you need in an account to be able to trade and travel?
I think it's important to make the distinction here is, are you traveling and trading to make a living doing it? Or when you're first starting out, you're not out to seek to make a quote a living. Maybe you're just trying to pay for your trip. Maybe you're trying to pay a portion, or maybe you're just developing. I mean, this is a whole new developmental angle when you're traveling and trading too. And we could do a whole topic on that. But to make a living, I mean, again, a lot depends. I know it said depends. I hate that answer, but it depends on your risk tolerance. I mean, if you're going to go for it and have like a 50% risk of ruin, probably can fund the lifestyle, and hopefully you don't get banged out with your account. Obviously, we don't recommend doing that, but it's certainly probably not going to happen with a $5,000 account, and we have to be real about it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't start thinking about and doing it. We've both started out with small accounts. I mean, we still Ritz-Carlton. We started with hostels, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that long ago, but slowly chip away, and then you'll get to your point where you want to go.
I mean, you knew me a few years ago. I could be living off like $1,000 a month, traveling. I'll be happy. We went in Shanghai at that time. I was staying in a pretty cheap hotel. I was pretty happy with it.
Remember what to lie to? With like, we were afraid like how much is it going to cost?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but now I feel like I kind of need to be like around $500,000 and like comfortable now. Like that's my good like number of like my whole accounts like combined together. That'll be like a good number I'm comfortable with. Yeah. I could go below that. Like it would still be fun, but I mean that's kind of like your lifestyle always increases over time too. Like it's really hard to maintain the same lifestyle as you did on day one.
Right. Exactly. And I mean kind of like that graduation up to a certain level of where you're making a full-time lifestyle. Start out small, kick the tires, and you don't have to stay at these great places. Just go stay at nice hotels. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? And besides, like in my case, when I have my bar tab, I just put it on his account, so it makes it a lot easier to travel and trade. So, but yeah, start out slow. It does require a little bit, but again, I think it's a big distinction. One of the takeaways here in this video is when you're traveling, trading at first, it shouldn't be to support your complete 100% lifestyle, quit your job, the whole bit. Work your way to that, make your mistakes early, and then build your way. And then, you can kind of go that dream.
Right. I mean, it took me of course I mentioned $500,000. It's cool, but like it took me 7 years at least to get there. Yeah. From the time I started to trade full time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how long did it take you to be able to get comfortable trading and traveling?
The comfort zone, it took me I mean, it just was a natural fit for me. It wasn't like this, had to put like a round peg in a square hole. I just felt like this is it. This is the lifestyle. Then it was a question of how do I sort of juggle the different products and things like that. I mean, with a larger account, you can do option selling and it's like an income flow and it really can pay for the lifestyle. It's kind of like watching paint dry, but I kind of like that actually. It's kind of boring is nice when you're traveling. You don't have to check your phone, between, courses and meals and stuff like that. So the learning curve was very quick. In fact, you catch the bug quick as well. So then it was like, okay, now I know my destiny. Now the question is, how do I optimize it? What tools and products do I use to get there? And also, so it matches, my lifestyle.
You told me about option a few days ago, and that's something that definitely cut my tours for sure. So if you want to see more videos on that, you can comment below. Let us know. Man, just type in options. We'll know you want more videos about this topic. Really cool what it does. I mean, you can like these pretty small amounts. Like they're not like huge, like winning trades, but over time, I guess, on many stocks, they kind of add up pretty quick.
You can conservatively sell options premium and pay for your stay. In fact, I will show that to you how to do it. It's, literally you can do that. Now, and also a very conservative way. Do you need a bigger account? Yes, you do. But you can have a smaller account and, if you're really good at futures, which that's my sort of, primary focus when it allows me to do it. And that can, often pays for the trips, whether it's, here in beautiful Hong Kong or on cruises, things like that. That's because options can be sort of slow watching paint dry, may not pay for the Ritz-Carlton, but again, it all depends on your risk tolerance and account size.
What if you're just starting out and you want to be able to trade and travel? You want to be able to quit your job, of course. How do you kind of start this out?
Okay, so I think one of the things here, the takeaway is don't try and go for the home and say, okay, I could pay for this whole thing or anything like that. Your goal is to expose yourself to the obstacles while traveling and trading, right? But also say, if I could just make $100, right? 120, but do it consistently. Don't change the thing. Like we haven't changed much. It's just our size increased.
Right.
So, it's not about, well, I have to go bigger size or bigger risk or things like that. So go there with the notion is I don't have to pay for my trip. And if you don't look at it as like failure. I still don't. I mean, I've had losing traveling trader, ventures. It's okay. But if you can do that like 50, 100, even $20 a day, those are 100, 200, pay for the Ritz-Carlton, on a nightly basis. That's how you build it up.
I mean, one of the best tests too is like, can you go through a drawdown while you trade and travel? Like when you're on the road, when you're busy, when you will have to make a living too, you have to pay for your bills. Can you go through a drawdown and like recover? I think that's a really good test that people have to go through. I mean, the first time it happened to me, I had to go back to Canada to like come down for a while, like work on my trading better, look at my trades. I just couldn't do it while traveling. Over time, I've been able to fix this and like become better. But I think it's a real test for most traders to go through. Can you handle a drawdown when you're traveling and you kind of rely on trading a bit more?
Yeah, you expose the risk manager in me here. So if that's an issue, and maybe back in the day on this, then clearly your size is too big. So you should never be in a position. First of all, you're going to ruin your trip. But two is it'll ruin not just trip, it'll ruin the dream. So, keep size small. And like I said, $1,500, that's rinse, wash, repeat up to the higher amount. So yeah, that's the last thing you want to do is go on a trip and, next thing you know, you're looking for a job or something.
For sure. If you want to see more about trading and traveling, I mean, we do it all the time. Last year I traveled like 82% of the year. Actually, this year I'm pretty much always traveling most of the time. You're traveling a lot also. You're going on cruises. You're going traveling to many countries.
We've already booked 2 meetings already in 2025 to do more of this to present to you.
Canada is full next year. That's pretty crazy. Well, if you want to see more of that, let me know in the comment section below. Just comment trade and travel. We'll know you want to see more videos on that. I mean, we could do vlogs. I've done vlogs in the past. People don't tend to watch it too much, but it could be interesting to go back to do this again, especially now with a different lifestyle. Tell us what you want to see. You want to see strategies, you want to see vlogs, you want to see the lifestyle. Comment below, let us know. Want to know your thoughts and what you would want to watch also. It's kind of important for us to see what you want. And we'll definitely address that and come up with future videos on those topics. Any last word of advice before we sign off?
No, like I said, let us know what you want. We're going to be doing more traveling together. We're going to meet up in all places, different parts of the world. We made a commitment this journey to do that. And really, the goal is not for us just to provide valuable content that's going to help you. So let us know in the comments. We'll be watching for sure.
I love it. Watch this video on the screen next if you want to see more about how we travel and trade and some good strategies also. YouTube think you'll like this video over here. Make sure you subscribe for something. We'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon.